that is what's going to give you really strong outputs from Claude. If you're running a small business, there's a pretty high chance that marketing is one of the things that you worry about at night. Hiring marketing agencies can be insanely expensive, and you might not have the cash to hire anyone in-house either. But this is where Claude Cowork can come into play. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Claude Cowork to help you with a variety of different marketing tasks. And we're going to be talking through these in a simple, practical step-by-step guide. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to research what is actually hitting home with all of your competitors, how to get Claude to actually write social media content which sounds like you, how you can get Claude to build out a full email marketing sequence in minutes, and also be able to plan an entire month's worth of content with a simple prompt. So first of all, a little bit of context around what Claude Cowork is. So if you haven't heard of it, it's built by a company called Anthropic. It sits on your desktop and it can connect up to a variety of different tools like your email, like your CRM system, even your accounting software or marketing tools that you might be using. Where it differs from your usual chatbot where you just type a prompt in, you get the answer, you might have to copy it, paste it left, right, and center. This can actually do tasks on your behalf with your approval. So this is much more of an AI assistant rather than just being a simple chatbot. And if you haven't set this up already, I've got a full step-by-step guide on how to actually set up Claude Cowork in another video that I've done. I'll leave a link in the description below. Now, before going and just starting to create content, you really do need to understand what is actually working. So you want to be looking through your different competitors. You might be spending ages looking and scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or whatever different social media outlets you're going to be marketing on, just to try to understand what your competitors are doing and what is actually working. But there's a much, much simpler way that you can actually be doing that. And that is with a tool called Virlo. Now, when you connect Claude to Virlo, it basically turns Claude into a personal assistant that can help you figure out and research any sort of social media content across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. It can track video trends, creators and competitors in real time, and it also knows what is actually going viral. It's trusted by so many different businesses, top companies like 11FS, even Harvard University absolutely love it. So it's a really, really solid tool that you can use within this research phase. And here's how you can set it up directly with Claude. So first of all, you just want to set up a simple account on Virlo. I'll leave a link in the description below. So once you've actually created an account in Virlo, all you need to do now is head over to the API keys, and then you can just create a simple API key. From there, you want to hop back into Claude Cowork, jump into Customize, click on Connectors. This little plus arrow here next to Connectors, you go Add Connector, add a custom connector, and you can type in Virlo. You copy and paste that API key, drop that into there, and click Add, and then it'll talk you through the next steps. I've already done it, as you can see here, I've got it on here, and then you can actually go through once you've connected it up and actually provide it with all the different permissions that it's going to be able to do. So like, do you want it to be able to automatically have a look through creator audience demographics? And it's like, okay, yes, with my permission, or you can actually just say always allow. But all of this is completely customizable depending on what you actually want it to be able to do on your behalf. Now that I've actually got it connected up, let's actually see this in action. Here's a simple prompt that I gave it earlier. Using Virlo, find me the top 10 best performing content ideas in the AI tool and AI consulting niche from the past 60 days. For each one, give me the hook, the main angle, and an explanation of why it is performing well. I'll leave this prompt in the description below as well, so you can then just utilize this and adjust it accordingly. And all you have to do is click go. It does actually take 5 to 10 minutes to go through because it spends a lot of time researching all of this. And here it is. Here's a breakdown of everything that we've actually received. And as you can see here, it's actually coming back with some incredible data. You can see the amount of followers that this account has got, the amount of views that this actual post generated, a virality score as well. They show you what the hook is, they show you the angle, they show you why it actually works also. And then you can just go through, compare all of these, and it should actually give us a nice summary of all of them below, and then it'll start allowing you to figure out, right, this is what I'm going to be starting to create content about and how I'm going to be marketing my business out there. It allows you to understand what actually works. And you can actually start utilizing Virlo's API for just $10. So be sure to hit the link below, sign up to Virlo and give it a go. And to be honest, I think for anyone who's going to be creating short form content, this is by far the best research tool I've ever seen. Okay, so now we actually know what sort of content we need to be creating. Now let's get Claude to actually help create it. So it can help us do things like social media posts, whether that's on Instagram or LinkedIn, whatever sort of social media outlet you're going to be using. The really kind of boring stuff that has to go out consistently every single day. This is where it's really good. But the biggest mistake I see happen all the time is that a lot of founders or a lot of business owners or anyone within marketing, they just give Claude a really simple prompt and then they end up being disappointed with what the output is. But before you start diving in and just giving it loads of prompts, you want to ensure that it's actually got your brand voice embedded within Claude. And if you haven't already set up Claude Cowork properly, I've got a full video which has already been recorded, which I launched a few weeks back. I'll leave a link in the description below, and it can help you get set up with all the different .md files, which will then provide it with loads of context around who you are and what you do and who your ICP is. But for this example, you can literally just actually give it a few examples of posts that you've previously done. This will allow it to understand the types of phrases or the terminology that you're going to be using. I'll leave a simple prompt below so you can just copy and paste that, dump it into Claude, adjust where you need it, and then crack on. Now, I've already got all of the ICP and all of this stuff embedded into Claude, so I don't need to give it more examples. So what I'm going to do is just give it another basic prompt here. So there's a prompt that I've just dumped in. It's in the same sort of chat and dialogue as well, so it already understands everything that we're talking about. Now, one of the best things about Claude Cowork is it comes back and actually asks me questions. And because I've already given it previous LinkedIn posts that I use, it already understands what the style that I want it. You can paste some other examples in yourself, or you can just tell it to be professional but conversational. And if you want something else, simply just type it into that bar below. But I'm going to go with using my LinkedIn style. Next question. What specifically does your AI consulting business help clients with? So the captions speak to the right pain points and the right customers. Implementing AI tools and workflows, AI strategy and advisory, AI for hiring and talent, general AI transformation. It's mainly implementing AI tools and workflows. Okay, and within 30 seconds, it's now actually generated 5 different captions that I can now utilize for Instagram. So what it's doing is taking into account all of the information that is actually generated from the research above here and translated that into really strong captions that I can then utilize for the social media posts. And that's the combination that really does work. Real data on what's performing, matched up with actual context around who you are, what you do, and what your offer is. And that is what's going to give you really strong outputs from Claude. Okay, so the next use case that we can talk about here is email marketing. And this is one that I've genuinely used multiple times. So for a lot of the funnels and the workflows that I do, videos then take you through to my kit. Kit is where I actually host a lot of the actual landing pages on. As soon as you sign up to something, like for instance, a co-work workshop that we're working on, you'll then actually be put into a simple email sequence, just providing you with some more information on that. All of this was generated and created using Claude. Okay, so here's the simple prompt. Again, I'll leave it in the description below, but you can just adjust it for whatever business you're building. Just like that, it's already created it. First one, sent immediately, you're in, here's what happens next. One thing I would actually say as well is I do not allow this to just go and send it out. I don't just copy and paste this directly. I do have to go through, read everything. What I'll say is it gets you to around 95% of the way, but then you want to do a little bit of refinement yourself. Maybe there's a small bit of tone that you want to be adding into it. If there's emojis or whatever you like to do in your emails, just to have a little bit of your character coming through. So you've now got a full email sequence as well to be able to capture all of those customers that are now coming through your funnel. Now the next use case, and this is one which is probably quite useful for a lot of people, because whenever you're building a business and whenever you're trying to scale something, time management is really hard. And you can actually just get Claude to build you a full content calendar. And if you can actually stick to that and be consistent with it, you're in a pretty good spot. So again, within the same workflow, you can simply dump in this prompt. And I was starting to build out this content calendar for me. Here's the full 30-day calendar, built around 4 different LinkedIn posts per week, 1 YouTube video per week, an email going out per week as well, with promotional content sitting at around 10%. So only 3 of them are going to be around actually selling. The rest is purely educational based. Now you are able to just open this up in Excel or just utilize it here. But the joy of Claude Cowork, you can actually integrate this directly into your calendar as well. And you can do that by connecting it up, again, within the connectors section with Google Calendar or Outlook or whatever you use. I'll create a separate video for that, so be sure to hit the subscribe button just so you can make sure you can see that as well. So there you have it, some genuinely practical ways in which you can now utilize Claude to help with your marketing without a big budget, without hiring an agency, and without having to hire anyone internally as well. And just from this simple loop, you've utilized Virlo to do all of the research for you. You've got Claude to actually create a lot of the actual captions and content for you. You've then built out a full email marketing sequence, and you've finished off with a full 30-day plan of what you're going to be putting out there. So if you found this video useful, please do hit the subscribe button. A link for Virlo will be right at the top of the description, and I'll also then leave a link to separate videos that might be useful to you on your AI journey. I'll also leave the prompts in the description and the comments below as well. And if there's anything that's actually on your mind at the moment when it's scaling your business, even whether it's within marketing, sales, product building, whatever it may be, drop it in the comments below, because I'd love to just get back and help you out wherever I can. Thank you. I'll see you at the next one.